Bitcoin is something that you've been interested in and supportive of. In fact, one can pay for a tour on Virgin Galactic up to the moon with Bitcoin. I think the Winklevoss twins have said that they would do exactly that. You think this is a currency that's really going to work eventually?
Well, I think it is working, and there will be other currencies like it that may be even better. But in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin, and people have made fortunes out of Bitcoin. Some people have lost money out of Bitcoin.
It's volatile. It's volatile.
Yeah, but it is quite volatile. But when in volatility, people can make money out of volatile situations.
Why was it important for you to give it sort of that stamp of approval, that endorsement, by saying to the Winklevoss twins, yes, you can pay for the ride with Bitcoin?
Because I'm not foolish. I mean, if people have got lots of Bitcoins and they want to go to space, I'd much rather they spent that money on our spaceship. Whether I keep it in Bitcoins is another matter. But I'd much rather they spent that money on a Virgin Galactic spaceship than on, Elon will be sending people to space one day on Elon's spaceship. So we'll grab the money while it's there.
Elon versus Richard. When will people be able to go to space?
Well, it's been tough. Getting the rockets finished has been tougher than we thought. But when we were building two separate rockets, both came good 2 months ago. Since the spaceship is ready, the mothership's ready, the spaceport's ready, now the rockets are finished. We're now, over the next 2 months, we'll start our aerial flights and then our flights into space. So early next year, we'll finally be up and away.
It's exciting stuff.
The need to move money from place to place, the cost of doing so, the overhead, as you put it, makes me think, believe it or not, of Bitcoin, because some people have said, hey, Bitcoin is the answer to those problems. Are you a believer?
Well, Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place, and of course for large transactions currency can get pretty inconvenient. The customers we're talking about aren't trying to be anonymous. They're willing to be known. So the Bitcoin technology is key, and you could add to it or you could build a similar technology where there's enough attribution that people feel comfortable. This has nothing to do with terrorism or any type of money laundering.
Wow. And in your mind, in the mind of many others, this is not a niche market. I mean, the Bitcoin is analogous to the internet 20 years ago. I mean, you think that this is going to be the way we do things financially. And so the possibility of designing chips for Bitcoin miners, that's no small thing.
Yeah, so Bitcoin's the first cryptocurrency generally. The general concept is the first thing I've described like the internet since the internet. So I've been waiting 20 years to be able to say, aha, this is like the internet, and this is the first one that I've seen. And the fundamental innovation, which is really critically important, is cryptocurrency generally and Bitcoin specifically are the first practical way for people to do business over the internet with no prior relationship and with no central hub, with no central broker, no central trust authority. And so you and I want to exchange money, we want to exchange title to a car or a house, we want to exchange a digital contract, we want to exchange a stock or a bond. We want to do it we've never met before, but we can do it over the internet. We can do it in a way where it's a unique digital asset. We can do it where everybody knows the exchange is taking place. We can do it where everybody knows there's no double spending. We can do it where everybody can validate the transaction. Like, that's never existed before. Like, all e-commerce and payments and everything on the internet up until now has had to run through some kind of central authority. This is the first really distributed way to do that. And so, all you really need to do is add up number of people in the world times the number of transactions per year that they do, and then the number of crosswise connections, and then look at just the gigantic range of industries that exist today in kind of legacy form to support all those transactions, and say, okay, now there is a better internet-based way to do all these things. It seems like a very, very, very big opportunity. And so, therefore, as a consequence, the amount of hardware that's going to get put behind it and the amount of innovation that's going to get put behind it is going to be gigantic.